Hey everyone, today I want to showcase something I've been working on for the upcoming release of my digital version of Warnel Champions, and that is better support for fan-made sets. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to show you one example of a fan-made set. So right now I'm just in the main single player screen, and if you look around, I have those heroes in particular: Quicksilver, Rocket Raccoon, and Scarlet Witch. I'm going to enable fan-made sets in the options. So I'm going to the main menu, options, enable fan-made sets, and it tells me please restart the game for changes to take effect. Closing the options, leaving the game, and running it again. It's taking a bit of time to load because it's reloading all the caches after changing this. So I'm going back to single player. And now between Quicksilver and Rocket Raccoon, I have this new character Red Hulk, which is not an official hero for the game, but I've added as a fan-made set. I did not make this set. I got it from this website called MC4DB. It's a database of cards of the official sets, but also of fan-made content. And they basically use the same JSON format as Marvel CDB. They're using the same type of database and JSON content, so you can, for each set that's created by folks on this website, download the matching JSON file, which I'm showing here, and you basically can have a look at their cards. And so they are fairly easy to add to my game. I just wanted to show you here what I've done as an example with Red Hulk. So let's take him for a ride against Rhino, because you know, that's Rhino. So we're starting with Thaddeus Ross, his alter ego form. What can I say about this hero? He comes with two permanent upgrades, Overheating and Fury. Overheating makes you discard cards at the end of your phase, and Fury adds an acceleration token every time you discard 5 cards or more from your deck. It's kind of reminiscent to the original Hulk character who had to discard his hand at the end of the turn, but here it's way more powerful because a lot of your cards actually go back to your hand when you discard them. An example here is Rage, which is in my hand. It says after this card is discarded from the top of your deck, add it to your hand, deal 1 damage to each enemy. So basically, the more you discard, the more stuff you do, plus you get those cards back in your hand, so there is no downside to discarding, except for the fact that if you have 8 hit or more, you lose the game. So you just have to win really fast, which, again, against Rhino is fairly easy with this character. The alter ego here has Master Tactician, which lets me draw 2 cards and discard 1 card from hand. Again, very powerful. I assume that's once per round. That's not stated on the card, but this is how I've coded the card, because otherwise you could, draw your entire deck. Drawing 2 cards, and now I get to discard 1. I'm going to discard one of the martial prowess, because you can only have 1. Let's see. Mana for the first few turns is not a bad idea. First I'm going to change form. So Red Hulk, you can add up to 3 heat on Overheating, which in my experience is a good idea. Just means you discard more, but again, discarding is good for this guy. Done with my turn. I'm gonna keep Annie. And here, I'm discarding 3 cards and I'm going to add 1 heat. Oh, and already discarded 1 card here, Military Intelligence, which goes to my hand, and this removes 1 threat. I'm not defending. And Rhino gets his armor. That's going to soak some damage, which again is okay given the amount of damage that guy can do. Okay. Rhino, you get to attack me, and I'm going to do 5 damage to get rid of your suit. Alright. I'm getting Rage back into my deck, and I'm playing Rage here. Discarding cards. Well, none of them came back to my hand. That's fairly rare. Not blocking. He gets a tough card. I'm going to remove the tough here and just drop kicking on him. 1, 2, 3. Military intelligence on this. Okay, good run, good turn. He is stunned, so I'm not really worried. So here I have 5 hit on overheating, meaning Fury is going to get 1 acceleration token. I get to get some cards back, do some damage. He is stunned, did not attack. He gets charge. I probably have enough to kill him now with 2 smash. Those are 7-point attacks. Can't really fight this. And here you go. So, I did not want to show you how overpowered this character was, Red Hulk. Obviously, those fan-made sets can be overpowered a lot of the time. It's very difficult to balance those heroes, and also I get that the creators want to make some fun heroes to play, and that means sometimes they're crazy. I didn't even demonstrate, but when he thwarts, he gets assault, meaning he thwarts with his attack, so I didn't really find any downside to Red Hulk, and even the fact that he overheats, I mean, you have a lot of turns to get things going, at least in solo. I haven't tried with multiple heroes, maybe he's more balanced with multiple heroes, but here he's a clearly strong character. Again, the goal was not to showcase that hero, but to show you that this fan-made content can now be easily activated and deactivated. And I want to show you what it looks like in the folder. So I'm going to open the user folder here, and there is this subfolder called Sets Fan-made. And this is where, for each set, there are 2 files, one called the definition and one called the script. The definition is the JSON files as downloaded from the database site. So this is as is, you download it from their site and you have the list of cards. In addition to that, there are the scripts, which is how you make those cards run into my engine. That's where the actual work happens. Once you get used to it, it's easy to do, but the first few times it's not the easiest thing to do, but you can copy and paste a lot of the existing cards that are in the engine or take inspiration from them. Eventually you get it going. I don't know that there is a pretty good example here that I can show you. Well, here is Gamma Base, for example. It's a resource card. We can see it on their site. Gamma Base, where are you? Gamma Base. All right. So it's a support that costs 2 and generates a resource when you exhaust it. And so what it does here, it has this resource function, says when I'm on the board, one of the cost is to exhaust the card, and that gives you a resource. And that's how this card is defined. There are multiple rules. You know, I'm not saying it's intuitive, but once you copy and paste existing cards, you're going to get it to work. You can also, of course, you know, those sets don't always come with an actual deck. So here for Red Hulk, I just created a random one, which was heavily, I think it's a copy of the default set from the Hulk. But you can go to the deck editor, and here I can create a new deck, looking for Red Hulk. And here it gives me all his default cards. Say I want to do a Justice deck. And you can add cards. Maybe some basic cards. Obviously, I'm not doing anything very meaningful here, but you get the idea. It's called New Deck, that's good, and it's saved. Again, not to showcase Red Hulk, but to showcase that you can easily, in the options, enable and disable those fan-made sets. And it should be easy to create new ones for people who are interested. Thank you.